Hello there and good evening, everyone. It's Jennifer Jobson here coming to you live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Let me just get this set up just a little bit higher here. Here we go. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. It's a little crazy there. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. I am here. I just returned from the most amazing leadership retreat in Connecticut with the lovely 𝗦𝗫𝗙 and hi, Richard. Hi, Annie. How are you doing? So, hey, Frank, hop on in when you're ready. So tonight, usually I do a Wealth Wednesday, which I'm still doing this coming Wednesday. So stay tuned for that at 9 p.m. Eastern. But tonight I am doing Money Monday. So I'm really, really joyful to be having on my guest tonight. His name is Frank Marone. He is one of the Jersey boys. And as you know, I'm from Jersey, so I love the whole Jersey connection. And he has a fantastic story to tell. So Frank, go ahead and add yourself. And I will get you added on. I see that you just did that. That's cool. All right, so I'm going to add him in, but I wanted to just let you know, as always, please feel free to share, comment. I'll be searching for questions that you guys might have. If you're watching by replay, please let us know that as well. Tag anyone that you want to hear Frank's story. He has been in the industry of stocks, as well as he owns an insurance title company. So we have a really great professional businessman on tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get him to add in. Hey, Leslie, how are you doing? As you know, as always, whenever we make that transition, the volume will go down for just a second. So we'll stay tuned for that. I love it. I love seeing all of the people being invited. Kimberly Duncan, hi there. Hey, Heather. Hey, Amy. Hey, John Hollingsworth. I want you to hear this one, John. So stay tuned or watch by replay. Let me try it again here. Approve. Add. We'll keep doing it until it goes. This happened a couple of weeks ago where it took just a little bit to get my guest tonight, or the guest added in. So we're going to keep trying. Frank, make sure that you are horizontal. Sometimes that could be the key, that you're sideways, not vertical on your telephone, because sometimes that could be a reason that it's not getting added in. But we'll keep tapping. I'm just waiting for the add part. In fact, Frank, go ahead and, oh wait, I see it's being added. Okay, I see a little teeny head. So we're just going to let Facebook do its thing. But tonight is Money Monday. And I like bringing this series to you, which I've committed to 8 weeks worth, because I want you to really understand a couple of things. I want you to really learn more and become more educated on the industry of network marketing, as well as what's happening in the industry about timing and our company as well. We're going to keep on trying here. I see Frank's head coming up on the little icon. So we're going to wait. Hey, Bob, which is great because our audience is building. So continue to share as we wait for Facebook to do its job and get Frank on. And hi, Cindy. Hi, Beauty. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, I am just super excited about what we have coming up this week as well, because like I said, we've got tonight, which is Money Monday. Tomorrow's Testimonial Tuesday at 9 p.m. I'm sorry, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then on Wednesday, we have our normal Wealth Wednesday, and that is at 9 p.m. All right. I see. I'm going to, Frank, I would love for you to back out of the live and come back in, because for some reason, I see you there, but it's not adding you. We always have to work around the lovely things of Facebook. Always. So make sure as we're going through this, if you guys are really enjoying the content, because again, I really want to bring good content to you. And if you're enjoying it, just be sending those thumbs ups and those hearts. It's always very encouraging for those that are not only watching by replay, but are watching live as well to see that. Hi, Ashley. Hey, Paul Capozio. How are you? Hey, Nancy. Hey, Wendy from Wisconsin. Hello, Anthony. You guys are awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The numbers are going up, so our audience is building, and we like that. Let me see if I try to invite. Let me see if I can try your viewers. Add viewers to the broadcast. All right, let me do it this way, Frank. Oh, there, it says adding. Yay! All right, so Frank is going to be here in just a moment. And, you know, I met him at one of our company's events, and he truly is such a gentleman. I have so many
There we
nice
go.
to say about Frank. There we go. But he's a true gentleman. And again, being from Jersey, I love all my Jersey boys. It's such a great heart connection. So how are you doing tonight, Frank?
I'm doing great, Jennifer. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you very well, and everything looks fantastic. Well, our audience is kicking in here, so we're going to go ahead and get started. But I just want to first say thank you so much, Frank, for joining me tonight on Money Monday. And, you know, as I always do these interviews, my goal is to have quality content for people to really understand not only the network marketing industry, but a little bit more about, oh, you flipped your screen, you flipped your camera.
Sorry.
There we go. That's okay. That's all right. But to share about this industry and to share about our company and our products and what they are doing for people. So before we really get started, Frank, I would love for you to introduce yourself to our audience, a little bit about, you know, your background, who you are as a person, and what you've been doing as a business.
Sure. Well, thanks, Jennifer. Thanks for having me on. Okay, guys. Well, first of all, I went to Syracuse University, graduated in the early 80s, started working on Wall Street right out of college. I was a currency broker for 23 years. Married. I have 2 kids. My daughter's 31. My son's 28. I have a granddaughter, another grandchild on the way, just very early, and my son just got engaged over the weekend. So things are happening. Yep, it's been a lot of activity, but things are happening fast.
Well, so, you know, when you were telling me about this, like stocks and things like that, you know, that is just totally not my world, right?
Yeah,
That
good
to
for
me
you.
is like, I really want to know these things, but I just don't know these things. So you got into Wall Street like right out of college. Was that just something that you knew that you wanted to do? Was it a job opportunity that just opened up magically for you? How'd that happen?
Well, honestly, it had nothing to do with what I learned in college. I just happened to know some of the owners of these companies in New York that used to play baseball on their teams. They were coaches and managers and whatnot. And I got offered a job coming out of college because I was working during the summers at the at the currency market. So over the course of like 3 or 4 years of working during my college days off, I started right out of college and just stayed with it for 23 years. And then, you know, as everything else
Wow.
happens, things change, and technology came out, and we were like currency brokers yelling and screaming like lunatics, like you see on TV, you know, in the movies. And it became a thing where tap a button and get the same thing done. You know, the way you would trade stocks today, you do it yourself. You don't go through brokers anymore. And that was the same thing with the currency market. People started just hitting buttons, and we started getting scaled back and, you know, making less money. But during my years there, I made a lot of money, and it was like a great career. But I was working, you know, 10, 12, 15-hour days all the time, out of the house at morning, getting home at midnight sometimes, or even later if we had to take clients out. So I missed a lot of the, you know, the family stuff when my kids were growing up, which having a granddaughter now makes it a world of difference, because now with extra time, because of this business, of course, but with extra time on my hands, I get a chance to really appreciate, you know, what I missed in the past.
You know, I remember hearing your story from Eric Worre, and for those of you who are not familiar with Eric Worre that are in their industry, he is really an amazing trainer. And you did an interview with him and Joe O together, and your story
Yeah.
really fascinated me because, you know, again, we go to college. I did the same thing. I went to college. I got 2 college degrees. I was ready to go to work in the business world. And I really realized I had this sense in me deeply, Frank, that I wanted more. I knew that there was
Yeah.
more than this. And I really, it touched me when you were telling your story that, you know, you really didn't have a life. You had money, but you didn't have a life. Can you kind of elaborate
Yep.
a little bit more on that?
Yeah, it was a big time, you know, shocker. I mean, I worked hard, like I said, but I did miss out on a lot of things, and I realized, it's at a certain point, I said, I want my freedom. I want freedom. I had financial freedom back then, but I had no time. And, the way it works is if you have time freedom, you're working a lot. You're not working like you're making money, so you have enough, time. But when you start really thinking about it, like when you really want that true freedom, you don't get it anywhere. I mean, you can't have both. You work extra hours, you're working overtime, putting in the hours to make the money, and you're making the money, but you don't have the time. So it's like a two-way. It's really like a dead end street, I should say, because you really can't win in that field. And when I got to the point where I started realizing that I'm going to get let go. Like, this is the end. It's coming to an end. And after 23 years of doing the same thing, it's hard to really go out there and say I have to go reinvent myself. And I was in my late 40s. I said, I have to find something else to do here. And it was difficult. Personally, it was like mentally difficult. And I was supporting a family. I had a big house in New Jersey. I had 5 cars. I had 2 kids in college at the time, and things were I had a lot of debt, and it was difficult to go out there and say, what am I going to do next? And fortunately, I met 𝗬𝗙𝗫 𝗕𝗿𝙗 on Wall Street. We were friends for a long time, and he got out a few years before me, and he was doing something else with a payroll and benefits company. Then he went to start a title insurance company, and he said, why don't you come do this with us? Because you're getting scaled back every month. You're making less money. It's really, you can make the same money here doing a lot less, and you'd be great at this. It's all about like relationships, and we always had that kind of relationships with our clients on Wall Street, because you'd be tremendous. Let's do this together. So we hooked up with Bart Oates. He's an ex-New York Giant football player, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champion, all that stuff. And he had a name. So we said, me, you, and Bart, we'll go out and do this. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I ended up leaving Wall Street because basically I got fired, because when they tell you you're making X amount of money, then here's what you're going to make now if you want to stay here. You can't do it. It's not worth doing it. So that's like the way they fire you without firing you. But I left and started my own business. I have my own business now. So people think that's the best thing in the world, but we found out, in the long run, it could be great while the business is doing really well and you're making money doing that, but you always have that overhead. And the overhead is what really threatens people for your own business, because you're paying those bills every month, whether you're making money or not, you're paying them. So we had a nice office, we had employees, we had payrolls every month. It was, financially about 40 grand a month to run the company. And then 2008, 2009, when the stock market plunged and the mortgage industry collapsed and everything else went down the hill, when the mortgages started being like impossible to get anymore, that's our business. Purchasing homes, the real estate market, people buy houses, they get title insurance. They're doing a refinance, they have to get title insurance. And people weren't buying houses and they weren't refinancing anymore because they couldn't. And we had customers that were giving us 200 deals a month that within 2 or 3 months were out of business. They weren't like just slowing down. They shut down and left us with a lot of fees that we had to pay for searches that we already had done that never closed on. So me and Joe was sitting there saying, what are we going to do here? Is this going to get better? And we kept putting money in, paying the payroll, keeping people employed. You don't want to let too many people go, because then if it gets busy, you're not going to have the capability to handle the volume, and you're going to lose money that way. So we kept it going. And now I'm taking credit lines out of my house. Joe's taking credit lines out of his house. And my cars, my kids in school, everything was there still. And I'm going further and further into debt, to the point where it was like, what are we going to do here? This is not getting better, because we kept hoping that next month it would just flop around and would pick up again and we'll get our market back. And it just didn't happen for years. But we kept going further and further into debt. And that's when someone came to us and said, hey, what about this network marketing company? It wasn't this one, it was another one back then. And we're like, I'm not doing that. Like, I've seen it 100 times. People always came after us trying to get us into different companies, and we never wanted to do it. And we started saying to ourselves, we got to find something else. We might as well give it a shot. So we started with this other company, did really well, really like saved our life. Started doing really well with it, but it only lasted about 2.5 years. Then we got in another company that lasted about 8 years. It was an energy company, and that was really great for years. And then the competitiveness of the industry with you know, electricity and natural gas, that became an issue where the savings weren't there anymore for customers. And with that, people don't want to, you know, make someone pay more for something. So we end up they closed down the company for new development, but we're still getting paid because they're standing up to their word of saying, we're going to take care of you guys. And we still get paid for the customers that are there. But then we were like, that's it, we're done. And we both said, let's just go back to real estate. We bought a couple of houses. We were going to flip them, you know, fix them up and flip them and get back into the real estate world. We still had the title insurance company through all this ups and downs. We still had it, but it wasn't really making us any real money. You know, we just had employees that were keeping their, you know, I guess we were keeping them employed to keep them happy because they were making money for their families. And we wouldn't want to shut it down for no reason because we weren't losing money. We just weren't making a lot of money. So we kept it going for years. And then we said, let's go. Let's just go back to real estate. And sure enough, people are calling us left and right from all different companies. You got to come with us. You got to come with us. We're in business for 20 years. We've been doing this forever. Come with us. We're never going out of business. And we're like, you know what? Not interested, not interested, not interested. And the reason was that it wasn't exciting. It wasn't something that we felt that was going to be, you know, a talk of the town kind of thing. And then John 𝗦𝗫𝙁 calls us up in December and says of 2017, and he says to us, I have something. And he told us what it was. And we're like, now I'm listening, because this was interesting for us because it was different. It was unique. And that's why we got involved with this company, because it was so unique that no one else had it. It wasn't like you could go buy it at Walmart, you know, or Costco or whatever. You couldn't buy this anywhere but through this company. And I'm like, this makes sense. And I knew about the kind of product it was. I knew what it could do for people if they did it right. And it intrigued us. And we started with this company and have done real well. We became Diamond Ambassadors in 3 months, both of us in the company. And it's been nothing but excitement. I can't say it's been a smooth ride because, you know, a new company is never going to be smooth. And if you think it's going to be smooth, then you make your exit now, because nothing's ever smooth at the beginning. That's why you're in the beginning.
That's right. That's right. Well, you know, it's really fascinating for me because, you know, people start network marketing, Frank, as you know, for so many different reasons. You know, whether it be because they want a plan B. I always love to just share, you know, how Warren Buffett says that, you know, you need 7 streams of income. I mean, that is real freedom. And for many people too, you know, they're working in a day-to-day job maybe they don't like, but they might be a day-to-day job that they really like. So for you, you knew it was situational, that you needed income coming in. So you went from Wall Street to owning a business, which you still own. It's still running,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And again, you know, sometimes too, Frank, people think that we're like, we just eat bonbons and we just are, you know, like posting pictures or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's
I
not
wish.
easy. Yeah, right? So you still own a business as well as doing network marketing.
Yeah, we have a full-time business, but you know, to be honest, we have a manager. He's a real estate attorney and a good friend of ours. He's been running the place for the last few years, and he does a great job. And we've been focusing more on our extracurricular businesses, which has been the network marketing industry for the last few years, because it makes more sense. We make more money doing this. It's more fun for starters. I mean, we have a great time doing it, and we're helping people. You know, if you get if you order title insurance from me, I'm not going to change your life. You have to get it anyway, you know, but this is something completely different. And I love the industry so much because of that. And we've learned over the years that you're not going anywhere if you don't support teams. And that's what we do. We take calls all the time. We do what we have to do because we know that people need that. And if they don't get it, they're going to walk. They need the help. They need your support, and we have to give it to them.
That's very true. So let's talk a little bit about, all right, you talked about the industry itself, why you were attracted to it. Let's go back and just kind of rewind a little bit to what about New You Life caught your eye? What about this company caught your eye?
Uniqueness of the product was number one. Now I played college football, so I had a lot of injuries when I played. I had a neck injury that, you know, has bothered me for many, many years. And I knew what HGH was, you know, from playing ball. I never did it myself. I'm not a needle person. You show me a needle, I could probably pass out right here if you showed it on the screen right now. So I'm not a needle person by any stretch. And I heard it's a gel. I said, it's a gel? It's a homeopathic gel? I mean, that's that's like unique right there. And I said, does it work? And he said, I put Joe Giuliano on the phone with you. You got to hear his story, him and his wife. They've been on it for 6 months or whatever. And I heard some people's stories. I respected their opinions. I respected them, what they said, because I know John for a long time. And Johnny brought it to me. And Kenny Olsen showed it to him. And Mark Marcy and the whole up team, Chris Carradon. I respect people's opinions when I know, who they are. If it was a stranger, I'd be a little, they could say whatever they want to say. But knowing that it's coming from a real source that matters to me, I was listening. And I said, if HGH can get into your body and give you benefits without doing needles, I said, this is something I'm really, really interested in. That's what attracted me to the company. Now, I didn't know if we even get paid. I had no idea. It was a brand new company, but I said, this is worth a shot. And as you know, we ran into some some roadblocks along the way, which is fine. And I tell people all the time, I said, listen, if you got in, early, like when I got in was early, this is early. Today is early. But if you got in really, really early, you probably would have quit by now. And the reason being that most people can't handle any kind of roadblock. Something happens. Oh my God, I can't deal with this. I can't have my friends look at the company. They didn't get their order on time, or the credit card didn't go through, or the back office did this, or whatever. Most people can't do that. They just quit. And now that things are getting so much better, it's the ideal time to bring people into business now, because it is getting smoother and smoother. It's not perfect still, but it's getting smoother and it's going to get better. And with the keto product that just came out, and I love that product as well. It's done wonders. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you all the stuff I have in my body that feels so much better today. I mean, I don't want to do a testimonial without really, I'm afraid to say certain things because it almost sounds like, you're going to get in trouble for saying that. But, all I can say is that I couldn't do this 2 years ago. I couldn't do it. And
well, when you shared your story with me, because, a lot of people, HGH is one of the #1 Googled things right now. It's trending. Hollywood stars have used it for a very long time. I mean, you can go to YouTube right now and search Sylvester Stallone, and you see him talking about it. It's definitely a fountain of youth for many people, and it helps your body on a cellular level. And for me, it really makes me feel like I'm in my 20s again, So you shared with me on a telephone call, like during the summer, a little bit about what the HGH gel has done for you. Would you mind sharing it for our audience, please?
Sure. Well, first off, I mean, I was never a really good sleeper the last probably 10 years or so. And the first 2 weeks, I just noticed a great difference in my sleep. And I went out and bought a Fitbit, as you say, just to keep measuring it, because I like to see, like when I'm sleeping, when I wake up, I look at it and it tells you what kind of really sleep you had. If you had deep sleep, REM sleep, it does tell you that. So I noticed when I started wearing the watch, I'm like, oh, I never had sleep like this. I never had good sleep. And that was the first thing that really hit me. Then I had, like I said, my neck, after about probably 3 months on the gel, it didn't bother me anymore. And I lived with this for many, many, many years. And it hasn't bothered me in a year and a half. And that's like unheard of. And then the real thing I noticed, which I lost probably, I'll say 24 pounds since I started using the gel. And I'm not a dieter. I mean, my friends will tell you I go out probably 3 or 4 nights a week to dinner and enjoy some good food and a nice bottle of wine. So I'm not really a dieter, but I did nothing different. I worked out all the time since college. I always exercised and did some kind of fitness program, and I never lost the weight. I just stayed consistent. I was anywhere between 204 and 215 probably ever since college, and I'm 192 now. Okay, and when I started doing this, I was around 214, 215. So I lost a substantial amount of weight, but more importantly, I find that my recovery time is so much quicker. Like when you work out, like if I worked out 2 years ago before I started this, if I went to the park and did a couple of mile run or jog, I should say, I don't run, I jog. If I did a jog, I'd probably take 2 days off. My legs are sore, my calves are hurting or whatever, and I just take 2 days off. And now I'm to the point where I take a boot camp. It's like a high intensity training session, like in the mornings. And I'll do it at 9:30 in the morning. Sometimes at 5:30, I'll go to do another class at the Lifetime Fitness Center. And the next day I go out and do it again in the morning. So my recovery time is like lightning, and the workouts are so intense, and I could do it. and I'm 59. So, I mean, I could never have done that. Even like 8 years ago, 10 years ago, I couldn't have done that. So I find that my body recovers quicker. I'm gaining lean muscle. I feel better. My overall mood is better. It's just amazing. It has amazing benefits. But the whole thing is, and I'm telling anyone who's on this call to listen to this, if you don't take it consistently and the right way, you won't get the benefits. And I hear people like, you know, they're on their first bottle and it's 3 months in and they're on their first bottle. I'm like, you're not using it. You know, you're not using it. Or I missed 4 days. I went on vacation. I forgot it. I'm on it for 3 weeks now. I don't feel anything. Well, you didn't take it every day. Every day, twice a day for the first 30 days, then 5 days on, 2 days off. If you're not doing that, then you're not going to get the same results. And you know, if you're a bigger person, you might need a little more. If you're smaller, you could probably get away with a little less. You got to figure out your own dosage with this product. And it's just been, I really can't tell anyone what they're going to get from it, but I know what I got from it. That's my testimonial. But I've talked to thousands of people who have stuff that's even better than mine. And it's always worth a shot. Something this good, you have to at least try it and stay with it.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's what I really like about this product, Frank, is that it is very easy to use. It's one product with over 40 benefits. And again, like you said, we don't know exactly which benefits you're going to pick up on, but we know that it is a progressive product and it's a kind of a compounding effect. So when you start on it, you don't want to just try one bottle 1 month. You want to use one bottle a month for 6 months. That's what I tell people. And you use it twice a day. Yeah, twice a day minimum. There are people that put the gel on 3 times a day. I've heard that as well. And you just simply put it on the thin areas of your skin and rub it in. It's like, it doesn't get any easier than this, right? I say pump and rub. That's it, right?
Yep, exactly. And I'll tell you the truth, since I've been using it, and my wife's using it as well, I mean, the sleep alone is the reason to keep taking it. I mean, the extra energy because you're sleeping so well, and the other parts of the product, you know, the thyroid balancer and the adrenal support, that's a big part of what we have here too. People don't even talk about that, but that's what you're getting. You're getting the energy because your adrenal support is there. Your adrenal glands are working. You know, they're giving you that energy, and that's why, you know, maybe you're working out harder because you have more energy. You feel better. You're resting better. So you have more energy. You're not crashing at 4 o'clock. You go into the gym instead of laying down on the couch. There's a lot of different variables here, and diet too. Diet's important also. You can't go out there and eat cheeseburgers every day and think that, you know, you're going to offset what you're doing with the HGH. It's not a miracle cure. It's going to help your body heal itself from the inside and just give you that extra burst that you need.
Mm-hmm. Very true. So let's talk a little bit about, we're going to rewind a little bit back to the company itself. So, you know, we have 2 products right now, 2 products that are actually what we consider market disruptors because there's nothing on the market right now like these 2 products. So we have the HGH gel, it's homeopathic, and it has HGH, thyroid support and adrenal support, extremely easy to use. You just pump it in, rub it, that's it, twice a day or possibly 3. And then let's talk about the KG4 a bit too, because we have a keto product that's just as simple to use. It's one product that delivers amazing benefits with 5 proprietary blends. So it has the greens, it has an adaptogen blend, helps your body to go into begin to burn fat. I'm just getting ready to use some technical terms because I'm a fitness trainer, but I won't do that.
Ketosis is enough. Ketosis.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So it does all these great things with the proprietary blend. So you started on it and you've had great results, and you were sharing a little bit about your wife as well with the product.
Yeah, I mean, both of us are using the product. I mean, my wife's been using the HGH for a long time, but she just to sleep alone for her, that was just the end. I mean, that she would never stop taking it because of that. And then when she started getting compliments from a massage girl that she goes to, or the eyelash girl that she says, you know, what are you doing? Are you taking Botox? You're looking like, your face looks amazing. What's going on? And she's getting that stuff coming at her, so she feels better about that. Her bad knee, it doesn't hurt her anymore. All little things that just add up. But yeah, she loves the product, and the keto product I started using, you know, a few months ago at the event that they were giving it out at, and I love it. I mean, I think it tastes great. I do it once a day for 6 days, and you know that's contributing to me burning my fat because I know that. Listen, like I said, I don't eat great. I don't follow a strict keto diet either. I mean, I'm low carbs, but I eat like more protein than I probably do fat. So I'm like a chicken and steak kind of guy, where I'm not eating all the good quality fats, but I'm still feeling good on it. And I have the strips. I'm in ketosis for probably half the week because I'm in and out, but it doesn't take me another week to get back in when I drop out. It takes me maybe 24 hours to get back in. So it's just, I mean, the products are unique in certain ways. And I think there's going to be other products coming out that are going to be just as good as these, if not better. So just stick with it. And I just want to make a quick announcement. I know that 9 o'clock tonight, which is like now, Rich Ruffalo, our speaker from the last event, is a blind athlete, teacher, who's an amazing story. He's going to be on the training call tonight. So if you don't get on after you get off here, make sure you get on the replay, listen to him, because he's really going to be inspirational.
He is very much. So as we close, what would you say to the person who was looking at this not just this industry, but our company to get started? What would you say to them as a close?
I would say, listen, there's nothing else out there like this. If you want to be unique, if you want to have something that no one else has, if you don't want to be another of this, if you don't want to say your face cream is better than their face cream and this is better than theirs, come with us, because listen, the compensation plan is extraordinary. And I've been around compensation plans for many years. Nothing comes close to what we have here as far as compensation goes. Margins are great for the company, and that's why we get paid so much. But even like the car programs, people are loving getting $700 extra for, go out there and get a nice car, or $1,500 if you get to ambassador. That's a big change for people to get. Most companies don't do that. We definitely throw out a lot of money to the field because we're doing the work. And that's how this business works. You do the work, you get paid. You do nothing, you'll make nothing.
Yeah, very true, because it is network marketing.
That's right. not work marketing.
That's right. That's not work marketing. That's great. Well, Frank, thank you so much for being on tonight. And I would like to invite everyone. Oh, thank you. I'd like to invite everyone, if anything within this live has caught your eye, please reach out to the person who invited or shared this live with you. If you're watching it by replay, please let us know that as well. And, we have 2 simple things, Frank, that we send out. If you're interested in finding out more about the gel or the drink, we have 3-minute short little videos that we can send you. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not, but you'll never know until you check out the videos, as well as if anything in this live caught your attention about the business opportunity. We have a video and some information that we can share. Again, no strings attached. You can just check it out. Maybe for you, maybe not for you, and that's okay. So please reach out again to the person that invited you to watch this. We thank you all for joining us on Money Monday tonight, and we look forward to seeing you again this coming Wednesday for Wealth Wednesday, where I have the amazing Joe O, which happens to be your business partner.
Correct. Awesome.
Yes,
well,
yes.
Thanks for having me on, Jennifer. I do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Frank. And thank again all to you guys for being on tonight. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.